Good morning, everyone. Nice to see you joining this morning. Happy Tuesday. Glad to have everyone here this morning. All right, we will get started. Welcome to our Mind the Moment's Tuesday morning gathering, brought to you by Harvard Pilgrim Healthcare and Tufts Health Plan. This is a place where we invite experienced mindfulness instructors to speak with us about what mindfulness means to them, and to discuss as a community how we can incorporate these practices into our daily lives. I'm Suzanne Rowe Palacino, and I'm absolutely delighted to be here this morning with Mary Starr Green, instructor with Harvard Pilgrim Healthcare's mindfulness program. Good morning, Mary.
Good morning. Good morning, Suzanne, and to everybody. Always a pleasure to be here.
Yeah, so nice to have you here. It seems like forever since you've been with us. So it's lovely to have your smile added to our morning this morning. So everybody, welcome this morning, and a special welcome to anybody that's new. We like to let you know that we have for anyone that's new to meditation, we will guide you throughout this whole process, so nothing to be concerned about. We have new people joining all the time, and of course we have our lovely regulars, so we're happy to have you here with us as well. So our typical process is we start off with a question for the group. Mary will share a few words with us, and then she'll lead us in a 12-minute guided meditation practice, approximately 12 minutes. And you'll find it'll be a mix of both guidance as well as some quiet time to help us get used to that type of meditation. And then after that, we'll have a few minutes for questions or comments or anything else you'd like to share with the group. So if you go to the bottom of your Zoom screen, open up the chat. And when you open up that window, you'll notice that there's a blue drop-down menu. You can change from hosts and panelists to everyone. And then the folks on the webinar can see your comments and answers to the question as you type them. So with that, Mary, what question did you want to start us off with this morning?
Yeah, so my question, and just a kind of a little background on it, was just inspired by a recent time that I was able to have with family, kind of a family reunion of sorts. And it brought back just a lot of memories, fond memories of my own childhood. So the question that I have for everybody is, what do you remember doing as a child that felt mindful?
Okay, I'll share that in the chat. What do you remember doing as a child that felt mindful? So the first thing I can start, the first thing that came to my mind was I was in a neighborhood where I could ride my bike to my friend's house, and I remember having to be home at a certain time and riding my bike down a big hill, and I would just feel the wind and just the hill just bringing me home. It was just kind of a lovely feeling of release.
Sounds thrilling.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it sounds thrilling and right there in the moment. Yeah, mine, because we were at a lake and at a cottage where I had, was very familiar, had spent my summers, conjured a lot of different memories that if I just packaged it all up, it was just the simplicity of being in nature, essentially, and being creative with imaginary play. And I was always kind of artsy, so painting rocks that I'd find on the beach. And very simple. Also conjures up a lot of gratitude right now for having had that time.
Yeah.
I've seen some wonderful things come in here.
Weeding the garden, playing, crocheting and sewing, gazing at the sky, drawing, going to the lake and just sitting, painting, walking to a local creek with a family of ducks. Oh, always outside playing, no shoes, running in the grass, camping in the woods, gathering fuel for the campfire, watching the water in the little brook nearby. Walking through our woods in our backyard, noticing all the plants, bugs. Yeah, the bugs, the lightning bugs. We don't see that much anymore. At least I don't notice them.
Right, and everything play related. Doing crafty projects. There we go. playing teacher with my dolls. I think I did that too.
Mhm.
Playing with my Barbies.
Barbies.
Yeah. Oh,
Playing with cats, swimming in the lake. Yeah.
floating on my back, looking at clouds.
Mm. Yeah, I remember how really long the summer felt. Like it felt like it didn't fly by like it has been lately, or it had been when I had kids, walking in the dark in the woods and enjoying the quiet. Yeah.
Yeah. These are also, they're just also wonderful. And again, I feel like I've tapped into all of that, and I can really feel it. For me, it feels joyful. I imagine there are some, good feelings as people are writing these. Childhood summers lasted about a decade. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
timelessness to it. And I think for me, especially at this time of year, which, some of us may have children or children in our lives, and that back to school time, it's kind of that sweet time of the end of summer and starting something else. But, particularly for recalling these kind of things that we love to do as a child, or maybe we have with our own children that we're doing it now, is really just brings home to me the things that make me tick and make me feel really alive. And also just really, I think most important, just tapping into that innate natural awareness that's always there, so we're here to talk about mindfulness and practice together. And it's always a lovely reminder, what brings joy or what brought joy, as that just tapping into that quality of immersiveness and openness and curiosity, that's always there, even if we're not feeling it in the 12 minutes that we're on our chairs in our meditation, Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I think if we look back at things that we've done in our childhood, it just really reminds us of how slow life used to be, and that there's those moments, how important those moments are. Obviously, it was easy for people to recall these quickly, so there's always an opportunity to bring these kinds of quiet moments into our lives, even if we're very busy. So
Yes, that's right. Even if we're not actually able to do these things, I think it really points, or it does for me, it just points into the directions of my return, kind of a homecoming of that. And I guess I'll also say that, this is not to deny or just kind of wipe away or wax nostalgic about times gone by and how easier things were. But, I know for me, especially when things might feel a little busier, or, a little stressful, just the inevitable stresses, that it's a good balancer for me. It's a nice balancing reminder of, maybe not the specific memory of painting a rock, but just to tap into, uh, what energizes, what helps me return to a sense of quiet and immersion, quiet inside. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or thrill, right? If it's the wind flying through your hair as you're going down, down the hill, there's just a sense of really being there in the moment. Yeah. Not caught up in what can go on up here between the ears.
Right.
So perhaps we should do a little practice.
Sounds good.
Okay. So this one might be a little bit longer than 12 minutes. And we'll start probably with I'll be guiding a little bit, and then we're going to have a period of a lot of silence. So this is your warning. All right. So we'll just settle in, sitting or standing. I'd say even lying down if you can be alert and do that. And soft gaze or close your eyes. Noticing the body landing here, the sense of your physical presence, the connection points that you're making to the chair or the support that's under you. And tapping into that wave-like coming and going of the breath. These touch points of presence, always available. And perhaps recalling that question of what do you remember doing as a child that felt mindful? Perhaps recalling that particular response. Or maybe it widens into something a little bit bigger. And as a way of just savoring and letting that go a little bit deeper. Perhaps bringing the surroundings, who you may have been with, or perhaps you were solo, calling the activity you were engaged in, or the scene you were witnessing, or and perhaps you, in this remembering, this recalling, you can start to feel, kind of sense in an embodied way. And that embodied way of just the innate quality of awareness and presence and all in immersion. Perhaps a sense of joy or just content, curiosity, sense of being alive. And knowing this is memory, we can, just as we're ready, a sense of dissolving that or just knowing that it's carried within us. And just rest and relax, having that similar quality right here and now in this formal practice. So we ease into silence now. in these remaining few minutes, continuing the practice of presence and the physical presence of the body, movement of the breath, and with awareness of activity of mind, how we can come back over and over. That sense of now, calling as a touch point, the innate natural quality of mindfulness. As we prepare to bring this period of formal practice to closure, we'll be taking a deeper breath. I'll count back from 5 to 1, just as a way of that transitioning. So 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And so as you're ready, if the eyes have been closed, you can open them and connect with what's around you.
Thank you so much, Mary.
You're welcome. You're welcome. So through that practice, through the recollection, and if I was not clear, we brought forth that recollection just as a sort of a reminder, a little touch point of that natural quality, and not that we need to remain in that sense of the memory, because practice really is relating to here and now. But if it conjures up some sense of an embodied feeling that feels like ease, or that natural connection of awe that we get in nature, all the different things that were said, for me, that's a takeaway of like, okay, that's practice too. Yeah, sensing in with that quality. A lot of us spoke to being in nature or just play, a lot of play, imagination, connecting to different things. Yeah. So perhaps there were some comments, questions.
Yeah, and these connections to nature that it seemed like many people were mentioning, I notice when I go on a walk that I tend to do when I'm just trying to fit in a walk, just to, do a half hour of activity. There's a brook that I pass, and many times I feel like I'm trying to get finished with my walk, but I pass this brook, and the sound of the water rushing, it's you can really hear the sound of the water, just stops me in my tracks. And I feel like I just even for 10 seconds, I always stop there.
Yeah.
And it gives me that feeling of time to pause, and we can do that at any point during our day, to just as a reminder of the beauty of nature, and also the beauty of just having even 10 seconds of stillness, so
Yes, exactly. Well said. Yeah.
So there's always opportunities for that. Yeah. Oh, thanks for the comments, everyone. And yeah, bringing those childhood memories back can be very nice. Yeah. Loretta's mentioning about Girl Scouts and the sound of quiet that maybe we're not as used to these days, but so grateful to have it wherever we can find it, right?
Exactly. So maybe in some way, somehow in this week ahead, there's 10 seconds, right, of just something that can, bring us right back in, seeing a bird or, something like that will just, just be a recognition of all the different ways to bring this practice, into our lives. Let it ease in there, 10 seconds at a time, perhaps.
Right. Well, thank you very much for this, bringing us into this, into these thoughts as we begin our day. So we're happy to have you here. Welcome back to our group, and hope to see you again soon.
Wonderful. My pleasure, and wonderful to practice with everybody this morning.
Yeah, really nice to be together. And we will be back tomorrow morning as well as Thursday morning. So hoping that you can be with us again. So hoping you have a good rest of your day, and we will see you soon. Bye-bye.